sisters from the hedgerow.
Hello, plant-loving family. We've got a question for you. Hedgerows. Who planted them and why are they there? We take them for granted, those hedges by the roadside, the ones that mark the field boundaries. But what do they actually have to offer us?
Ever since the first human settlements, around 10,000 years ago, hedgerows have been a feature of our landscape and our history, and they are representative of the story of our human relationship with the land. They have been planted, nurtured and developed to stamp ownership on the land, protect crops and livestock, but also they provide food, medicine and sustenance. We have ancient hedgerows still surviving throughout the land, lining our roadsides, partitioning our gardens and crisscrossing the countryside. Each plant, tree and shrub in the hedgerow has their own tale to tell.
If I were a wild briar rose
and I were a bramble,
the things we could tell you.
Oh, the things we could tell you.
I'm a proper hardy brute with delicious fruit. I'm all that you could need. I'm on a takeover mission, you can't miss me. I will fill your bellies as you walk with my familiar soft fruit. I will bring you together as you gather.
I am common as muck they sometimes call me, but don't rule me out as one that can help to heal and nourish. I'll invite you in for tea. In fact, I'll put the kettle on. Come on over. I can help to soothe your dicky tummy with my leaf tea, or bathe any wounds or burns you might have. I represent the people that take time for each other. Heart of gold, you know the type I mean. I know that it's over a cuppa that will start to make connections, formulate plans and to really talk. All right, maybe I'm not all we need. There are others in the hedgerows that are, what shall we say, maybe slightly more refined and patient than me.
Come to me, my darlings, my lovelies. Come to me and see my heart-shaped petals, my sensual red hips, the colour of passion, the colour of resistance. I am Rosa Heart's petal, all aspects of time, midwife, deathwife, and all that go betwixt. My loving medicine will transform any sadness, any grief you might feel. My petals and hips will turn your frowns upside down. Draw on me when your heart feels heavy. I can help to soothe. Nourish yourselves, but also all those around you, when the weight of the world is on your shoulders.
Link arms together with your sisters and brothers, cousins and friends like us here in the hedgerow,
supporting one another with patience and kindness.
In the late 12th century, when Kings John and Richard enhanced the royal treasury by leasing areas of woodland out, the law required perimeter fences, which in practice meant the planting of lots of hedgerows. Fast forward a little more in the future. The arrival of the enclosure movement of the 18th and 19th centuries. Wealthy landowners enclosed common land, fields for their own use. The hedgerow created protective boundaries, keeping livestock in. Common people faced incredible hardship during this time. The hedgerows being planted represented a theft of common wealth. Our hedgerows are sources of food and medicine, and you can see the age of a hedgerow through the number of species it contains. Counting the different established species of the trees and shrubs within a 30-metre stretch will give you an idea of how old the hedgerow actually is. To work it out properly, several 30-metre stretches need to be counted. And then the average number of species are taken, which equates to the age of the hedgerow in years. So let's say, in our 3 different 30-metre stretches of hedgerow, we have 3 different species in the first one, 7 in the second, and 5 in the third. That means that over 3 sections we have 15 species total. 15 divided by the 3 sections gives us an average of 5 species per 30 metres, which means that the hedge is around 500 years old. The hedgerow has within itself a message of hope and resilience. Many useful plants, home to and food for many different mammals and insects, provides food and medicines for humans too.
My hedgerow sisters and brothers and I are an essential part of any field's health. We provide sustenance and protection from the elements. We are a community of many differing plant and animal species, and we take care of one another. Us in the hedgerow provide shelter for all those in need. Voles, mice, rabbits, foxes and badgers all make their homes deep within our roots. Protected, sub rosa, under the rose, living in secrecy, hidden from harm. You humans put me as a symbol on your ceilings, ceiling roses, spaces to be secret under. Wars and treaties, plannings and plottings, all discussed under my protection. Under the symbol of the rose, sub rosa, you will know that any secrets spoken are kept close to the heart. Sub rosa. It is impossible to hurry the harvesting or to hurry the processing of my vitamin C packed hips. Creating every day magical, medicinal, delicious rosehip syrup takes many, many hours of careful work. I counsel patience. I counsel persistence. I have been the first food of countless children, children that I have helped to birth with my midwifery skills. I am able to reduce pain and inflammation in your joints. I support your structure, your bones, and I nourish the natural powers of regeneration in your cartilage. I help to bind the whole hedgerow together with my cousins Hawthorn and Bramble, with my sisters Sloe and Apple, open source community treasury. I travel through them all, protecting them with my large and powerful barbs. United we are strong, patient, persistent, creative resistance. Wake up and smell the roses.
I am Bramble and I have to wake up to the smell of you every day. It is said, though, that I can keep the dead from rising, and you will find me in many a graveyard for exactly that purpose. I contain these things called tannins, more so than you actually, Rose. Tannins are what leave a brown ring in your teacup after it's been drunk.
These compounds are found in us plants, but are especially high in all members of our large rose family.
Our tannins help to support your gut health. They help to keep it really healthy.
More tea, Rose.
Bramble, can help with your mouth health. I can strengthen your gums and fasten your teeth so that you can chew better. But be careful what you imbibe. Chew and digest slowly and with integrity.
I am great.
Here she goes again.
Great grandmother. Delicately fragranced, smooth skinned, and taking no nonsense. Take care while harvesting my blooms or my hips, as my barbed thorns can be vicious, catching your hands and snagging your skin. Take this as a message to move on. Move along. There's mischief afoot within my hips, tricks aplenty to play with itching powder. The fine hairs between my seeds will make you jump around scratching. During the Second World War, the community came together to pick my hips to nourish their families and the sick. There were trade embargoes on fruits from foreign lands. One simply couldn't get hold of oranges for vitamin C. So by and by, folks came together and they picked me for medicine and nourishment. I gave generously.
Our generosity was taken for granted. Hedgerows were pulled up. I had to watch my friends and family perish as farmers' palms were lined with gold, that they might make their fields bigger, machinery bigger, connection to the soil lessened, chemical agriculture destroyed biodiversity. Worms disappeared, soil became poorer. They thought they needed more food, but their food became a hazard, drenched in chemicals.
Some of you have forgotten that we are here, still here in the hedgerow, providing nourishment for all and asking for little in return.
You will not forget about me though, growing all over countrywide, my 300 species, reminding you of the ever tenacious spirit of the wilds that we can revive and restore wherever opportunity arises. I am here in abundance, but in the last few years they've started to grow me to put in plastic boxes in the supermarkets. I am here, outside your door, down the lane, in the hedgerow. Blackberry, not a phone like the dictionary definition states. I'm packed full of nutrients, recognised by the bairns all over. I'm the common connection to the land, for food, for medicine. I am here. Let's go. Put me into syrup. Put me into jam. Put me in your crumble. But don't pick me after Michaelmas Day, when old Nick cursed me when he fell from heaven. I did prick him on the bum with my barbs though, so it's no wonder he cursed me really.
That warning is from an old Christian tale. Not to eat the fruit after Michaelmas Day, the end of September time, the feast of the Archangel St. Michael. This is the day on which he cast devil Lucifer out of heaven, and he landed in a bramble thicket, cursed the brambles, and spat on them. As is so often the case, these folk tales have their roots in common sense. By Michaelmas, the bramble berries become fly-blown and start to rot. They can subsequently be infected by various molds, rendering them inedible. Our society is tired, overworked, living unsustainably, and we need a chance to convalesce and restore, to change the story, to re-story. The constant expansion of farming, agricultural fields getting bigger and bigger, making the land work harder. Monetizing land is a reflection of a wider societal issue, the constant growth model of capitalism. Scientific predictions are that we have 60 years of harvest left in our soil if chemical agriculture continues at current levels. Our land needs to convalesce. These days, people have lost the art of convalescence, the period of rest and recovery after any illness. How many of you feel that you need more rest in your life? Now it's time for us to join together in community and take the long view, taking time to do things with integrity at a more natural pace.
Now is a time to plant trees and remember the old ways, harvesting food and medicine from your local hedgerows.
Check out the Sensory Herbal Handbook to learn more about plant medicine.
Let's reclaim our health and take some time to make our great-grandparents' recipes.
And we're going to say thank you to the rose.
And thank you to the bramble.
In fact, the entire hedgerow deserves our gratitudes.
Because nature's stories are ripe to be told.
And we've unearthed a forgotten language.
It's both ancient and evolving.
This earth needs secret heroes.
Why not start being a secret hero in a hedgerow near you? Or in your home for some kitchen witching?
And follow some of the recipes in the accompanying PDF, which can be found in a link down there.
Or have we put it up there?
Or is it over there?
Or maybe it's over there.
Bye-bye.
Bye, plant-loving family. Bye.
Voices from the hedgerow are welcoming you home. Here are voices from the hedgerow. You need never be alone. Don't mind that we might scratch or sting, 'cause that's just what we do. We will shelter you and cheer you. We will feed you. We will heal you. Bramble is as Bramble does. I do my own thing just because. I'll bring you blossom in the spring, but touching me's a tricky thing. I scratch your shins if you're unwise. My best fruit's in the highest place, and when you finally win your prize, the sweet juice stains your hands and face. I am the rose of royalty. Battles were fought over me. Lovers promise eternity with my petals red as burgundy. But here I am, a wild rose, scrambling high along the road. My white face spread to seize the sun. My love is for everyone. Voices from the hedgerow are welcoming you home. Here are voices from the hedgerow. You need never be alone. Don't mind that we might scratch or sting, 'cause that's just what we do. We will shelter you and cheer you. We will feed you. We will heal you.